Hey, welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Today I'm going to be looking at some more creature features in my collection. Starting off with Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. Trevor Matthews stars as a young angry man, Jack Brooks, who, because of an event that happened in his childhood, can't hold down a job and finds it really hard to control his emotions. He finally hooks up with a girl and she convinces him to take night classes. There, he befriends an actual really nice professor by the name of Crowley, played wonderfully by Robert Englund. Now the thing is, Crowley is a really nice guy to Jack. He wants Jack to do well, which is really sad because something happens Professor Crowley that turns him into a monster, and essentially Jack has to destroy him and save his classmates. This movie is badass. It's cool. The visual effects are cool. Robert Englund is awesome, and Trevor Matthews as Jack Brooks is a kick-ass character. I am hoping to see some more movies in the future, but if not, Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer is still a pretty cool movie to watch if you're a fan of B-schlock creature features. Next up, South Korean horror movie Chaw. Essentially, a big city cop lands in a small town and must contend with a giant carnivorous boar. To make matters worse, a bunch of renegade hunters turn up and he has his hands full to the brim. It's cool, it's gory, it's fun, and if you like your Asian horror movies, Chaw is one to check out. Next up, Matt Reeves' Cloverfield. Now, I am not a fan of found footage movies. I can't stand found footage horror movies, but this is wicked. This essentially tells the story of a group of partygoers who witnesses the destruction of New York at the hands of a giant monster. It's cool. You get to see what the average person on the street sees when the likes of Godzilla or Mothra or Batara destroy the city, and the creature design is amazing. It's almost Lovecraftian. I watched the commentary, and what I found was really cool was the beast in the actual movie is an infant. It's scared. It's more scared than the humans that are in the city. And Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams do an amazing job with this movie. If you can, check it out. If you're a Godzilla fan, check it out. If you are a monster movie or found footage fan, check it out. Cloverfield, awesome movie. Well worth a look. Next up, The Burrowers. This is a wicked Western monster movie. Essentially, a posse is formed to find a group of kidnapped settlers, but it turns out the settlers haven't been taken by Native Americans, but by these weird creatures called Burrowers. And they incapacitate people, they bury them alive, and then they come back and eat the meat later on. And it is a really cool mixing of genres. There's no real big name in it, but Clancy Brown, that's the only real recognizable actor. But all the other actors are pretty cool. And if you're a fan of creature features and monsters, The Burrowers is one to check out. Now, lastly, The Deadly Spawn. This came out in the time where there was a whole bunch of Alien copycat movies, and this is one of the best out of the bunch. A meteor crashes down, and this weird parasitic life form slithers from it into the basement of a countryside family home. It eats the parents, and their kids think that their folks have gone to a function, but then the shit hits the fan, and they realize we have to hold this thing off before it eats all around it. It mutates every time it eats. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's eating the parents, it's eating the handyman, it's eating the friends that have come over to visit, and it's up to the kids to stop the creature. And it's fair nail biting. Like, the fact is, it's not kind of the same intelligent movie Alien is, but it is really good B-movie schlock. And for the time, the visual effects looked really, really cool. Not the most expensive movie in the world, but it looks pretty highbrow for a movie that came out in the early 80s. So if you're a fan of creature features, The Deadly Spawn is definitely one to check out. Now, as always, I'm going to take creature features beyond DVDs and look at a comic, Godzilla in Hell. James Stokoe does a fantastic job portraying the king of monsters trapped in hell, and the artwork in this is amazing. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty nail biting, and you get to see other classic monsters in this, like King Ghidorah and Destroyer and a whole other bunch of creatures. And some of the artwork is just incredible. Stoke does both the art and the story, and the kind of real eye-catching part for me was where Godzilla kind of he descends into hell. That's awesome. So if you're a fan of Godzilla or creature features or comic books, do check out IDW's run of Godzilla. There is another cool book, Godzilla Half Century War, which is also really, really entertaining. So do check out the Godzilla comics by IDW. My name's Martin. This has been the Trash Picture Show. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.